Welcome all water signs to your numerology reading for October. I hope you friends are doing great out there. Okay, guys, let's get in here and see what is going on with you. It's almost Scorpio's birthday, so happy birthday, Scorpio, if you get this at that time, right? Just a couple of days, guys, a couple of days. Okay. See what's going on over here. We have 10, karmic completion. Okay. Manifesting. Wow. And remember, guys, they also did timestamp, okay, for your individual readings. Find that in the description area. You do have 10 again, flow. We got 1010 over here, which is divine intervention of new beginnings and setting new personal growth. This is the Wheel of Fortune of the deck, so you do have the karmic completion with the Wheel of Fortune. So it's saying that this is going divinely the way it's supposed to be doing. This is a fated event that's happening for you water signs, or it's something that you've manifested because of the manifestation, which is the Magician card over there. So it could be something that has you've been manifesting, and it's going to come in through this new great luck. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit different for everyone. But the thing that I do like about this situation is the way that you're wielding magic over here. Wielding magic just means that I'm praying for this situation. I'm taking action where I want things to change within my life, and I'm rewriting my destiny. And this is a card of destiny, right? So fate and destiny. So I do like that. It's saying whatever you're doing, it's all coming together because of this karmic completion. But it was something that you needed to complete first, okay, before you could actually have this. So it's coming together. Right now it says healing clarity. Amplify your emotions and bring your shadows to the surface to heal them. So it does look like you had a lot of healing to do to get from this situation. It's almost like you had to go through point A to point B before having this happen. Okay, so it did feel like you were disconnected from from a lot of things. Okay, so it also says that this is what's hindering you. So be careful, because remember, these are hindrance cards. These are shadow cards. Right, so if you don't feel like, this one feels like you're already beginning to heal from the situation, or you already had the clarity of how to heal. Okay, now some of you might still need some healing done. Okay, that's fine. But it's saying you've done enough. It feels like you've done enough to open this floodgate of this new path, this new destiny that's coming towards you. Okay, but it's also telling you just be careful about disengaging from the present moment hinders genuine connections. You can't manifest if you're not from the present. Okay, so just be careful of that, right? Make sure that you are always manifesting from the present moment. You can't manifest from the future, because we're not in the future, and you can't manifest from the past because we don't live in the past. So you can only do it from the present because we are present now, right? So body only knows the present. It doesn't know anything else. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, you're on your way to victory over here. You have the victory in the Five of Cups. There was a lot of regret and a lot of failure and disappointments when it came to this karmic completion. But it does feel like you're going from 5 to 6. So I love it. I mean, look, you're in it. It's almost like you're in the flow of just numbers in itself. It's like moving up the ladder. And I started at, started at 5, now I'm going to 6. But anyways, you have the rewards over here. But it does say there was a lot that you had to get through. A lot of failures, a lot of regrets, a lot of discontents. Could have been a lot of self-sabotage, looking at things that were down instead of looking what was behind you. Just say, hey, I can move and do this to get to your new place. So yeah, there was a lot of over-committed and disorganization. There was things that were just completely out of balance. The healing and clarity needed to come through so that you could just get everything back into a balance. So you are on your way to this karmic completion. It's saying, look, you keep seeing ones because you are going to have this new beginning. I just need you to really pay attention to what you're doing as you're coming out of this cycle into this new cycle, because you have 9 as the ending. So watch your anxieties, your worries. You can't manifest from a place of fear because it just doesn't work. It doesn't even want you to go into a new cycle with fear. It wants you to get out. Remember, when you're manifesting, you're getting out of a comfort zone. You're jumping, you're leaping into this new beginning. Right? It wants you to make sure that you have this understanding that healing is a great place, and it doesn't want you. This is present. But I want you to have this understanding. I don't want you to feel all this. I want you to understand that you're going to this place where you're not going to feel like you have to walk on a walking stick all the time. I want you to feel comfortable. But it's different kind of comfortable. This comfort blanket needs to get the fuck out of here, because this one right here causes fear, keeps you in a place where you can't feel like you can completely move. Okay? It wants you to be in this place of courage. It wants you to take your last stance. Throw that blanket away. The new comfort that you're going to bring upon yourself is a place of persistence, resilience, comfortable standing where I am, not hiding away. This one keeps you hidden away, keeps you in yesterday. The new one's lighter. The new one's lighter. This one is different. This one's a place of comfort, of rest, resilience, victory, bringing in transformations, new beginnings. It's like taking off your old shoes and putting on new shoes, right? The old shoes, they're too comfortable, guys, right? They got a hole in them. They're broken in. They're so comfortable, especially men in boots. I know this for a fact. My husband, it takes him forever to get those new leather boots, and then finally it's like, oh, they're finally broken in. Of course, pretty soon they're going to hurt. The arches are going to break and all that. But there for a while, those boots feel great. They're broken in. That's too comfortable, because that doesn't give room for new boots to come in. Throw those away, get a new pair, and then you're going to realize, oh, actually, these are actually feeling a lot better, because even though the other ones were comfortable, you're starting to feel like the arches are breaking down. Oh, maybe they weren't as comfortable as I thought they were. So you're bringing in new commitments, new relationships, without deception, without betrayal, seeing things from a different point of view, not allowing others to get away with, with what they think they are doing, leaving you with 10 of Swords. I mean, hey, at least with 10 of Swords, it can't get any worse, right? From here, we can only go up. And yeah, it might feel like 10 of Swords when you have to take care of that comfort blanket, because you feel like you're not shielded, right? I'm not hiding. I'm not comfortable. I have to leave. But yet you're not comfortable anyways. Think about it. If you've worked at a job for 20 years and you're not getting the pay that you want to be able to continue to be able to, I want to go on vacation, but I don't have enough money because I only make enough money for my rent, my utilities. It'll take me forever to save money to go on a vacation, but I really want to go on a vacation. Well, you might have to get rid of your comfort zone, or you might have to take on a new job, a new side hustle, which that could also interfere in your comfort zone, because then that would take away your time. Because then you're going to say, well, now I'm going to have to work Saturday and Sunday, my days off. You're going to have to figure this out. But there's some kind of karmic over here that you've just been digging yourself in a hole with, whether it's with a person, place, or thing. And you have to figure out what that is, right? Actually, we're going to grab one of these cards. Spirit says, ah, it's all coming down though. You're coming to your wheel of fortune. Everything's getting ready to fall away, and your destiny, your wheel of fortune is getting ready to spin right in. Watch it come. Yeah, walk in beauty. That's crazy, right? There it is. Universe coming back around. Fellow travelers, support is all around you. Get ready to start traveling. You really want something, get ready for it, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and get to each sign. Go straight to Scorpio, since it's almost their birthday. Okay. Believe in magic. Journey by moonlight. Believing in magic just means that I believe in my prayers and that I believe in the things that I'm saying that I want. If I'm praying about the situation and trying to manifest the situation, then I have to believe what I say. If I say, oh my God, please let me save enough money to buy this car, you have to believe that they're going to let you do so. I mean, that's all that is. It literally is. Just you believing that that is possible to happen. That's it. Everybody makes it such a big thing, you know. It's like, I don't believe in fairies. Nobody said believe in fairies. I said believe in what you say you're doing. If you're wielding magic over here with your words are magic, then you have to believe that that's going to happen, right? So it's saying, believe, Scorpio, that what you're saying right now is what your truth is. Live in your truth. Live by your words. Stepping into power, you are strong beyond measure. Ooh. Look at that. You're saying, I'm forging a new path with my light. Oh, because you're already forging. You're already going that way. So Spirit's just saying, so just make sure that you are believing in what you're saying. Yeah, clear the air. And if you're telling someone, I'm leaving to go find something else, then do it. Don't just say it, do it. Right? Because this will help you overcome those obstacles. I'm not going to sit at this job for much longer. And then you just keep, and then everybody's like, man, she just keeps saying that, and she's never leaving. She's been here 5 years. Stand up, take that action. Get rid of that comfortable blanket. Sometimes clearing the air isn't even always with someone else. If you know it's not with someone else, it could just be within yourself, to stand up for yourself and step into your own power. Yeah, because you're getting ready for a glow up. But I already seen that because it already said you were shining. Yeah, you're getting ready for this huge glow up. For your birthday, you're just going to see yourself transformed. And you're going to have this confidence. You're going to throw away that comfortable blanket and you're just going to be like, yep, here I am. I'm awesome. It says once you do that shadow work, man, all your fears and all those blankets and all those comfortable and all those 9s and 8s and 10s of swords are just going to fall away. And you're just going to walk right in. You're not going to have any of those. You're going to face the day. That's totally what this is. It reminds me of that song, I don't want to face the day. No, you're going to face the day. And this is exactly what this is. This is saying, I'm meeting myself, me versus myself. I'm facing the day. Now look at me. Hello, you. You're saying, I might not be perfect, but you know what? I can accept my imperfections. I can accept who I am. I'm not doing that no more. And there's time that you do so, you're stepping straight into that power, and then you're saying, this is what's going on. And all the obstacles start falling away. And that's because you start believing in the magic. You start believing in yourself. You start believing in what the universe has for you. And what you're saying is the truth. And now, the universe, the world, is going to see you and you're going to start having a status upgrade. But we've seen this for you anyway, Scorpio. We've seen this. We've seen this with Scorpio Sagittarius. We've seen this with Libra Scorpio. We've seen this with you. All the cusps have it. You have it. We've seen your status upgrade. And it's all taking place within how you're doing it, and you taking back that power. And it really is. It's a suggestible thing. It's all about suggestion, but it's suggestion to yourself, because it's really about clearing the air within you. Instead of saying, that doesn't work, that's not going to happen, oh my gosh. No, it's, you know what, I say this is going to happen, it's going to happen. Because things are suggestible. It always starts with suggestion first. And that's how you're going to do it. And then you start believing in the magic that things will go that way. Not from an egomatic point of view, but from the point of view of this is how it is. There's a difference between ego of I'm an egomaniac and overconfidence. That's overconfidence. No, there's no overconfidence. This is how it is. No underconfidence, no overconfidence, just that's it. This is how it is. That's the way it works, and this is the surety. And that's how you get your glow up. That's how you get your status upgrade. That's how your lifestyle changes. That's how everything starts leveling back towards you. Beautiful. Man. So let's see what your overall number is that you guys have been seeing besides 5, 6, 1. I know you guys have been seeing a lot of 9s, a lot of 5s, 1s, and yeah, let's see what else you got here. 710. Come on, guys. Maybe it's 710 on the clock all the time. It's saying, plant those seeds of surety. Invest in yourself wisely. You are your own creator. You co-create the things that you want. And the universe says, okay, here's the universe. Here's you. Getting past this karma. A lot of this karma completion is within yourself. Yep. Sustaining your own results of how you are planting seeds for yourself, and then knowing, being in the know. That's what that is too. That's what it is. The surety of the understanding isn't egomatic. It's not that you are conceited. It's not being overconfident. It is being in the knowing. Thank you. That is exactly what I wanted. Being in the knowing. It's I know that I am capable of doing so. I know that I can do these things. It's just being in the knowing. That's it. That's all you need. And everybody should have that, because that's just normal self-confidence that we all lose at certain times in our life for either negative or overachieving. I mean, if you want to be an overachiever, that's fine. See, it never works for me, because every time I become like over egomatic and I think, you know, and I try to do those things, it doesn't work. It like blows up in my face. Like, okay. I think though it's because, sometimes I think though it's because we know better. I think sometimes it works for other people because maybe they don't know better. Maybe that's just who they are. But sometimes I swear it's almost like when you know better, that shit don't work, so you better figure it out. And that's why sometimes I think certain things work for certain people and it doesn't work for others. I really think this is the way we're made. But I just say, if you just stay in the knowing and just stay neutral and be in the knowing and just know who you are without having to be over or under anything, just be that, it always works. It always works. Because you'll put the action out to do so. You guys are amazing. Okay. Pisces. Taking the first light. Beginning a new cycle. Go slow, take it time. You are breaking through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. There you guys go. You're breaking on through. And that's, you know, that's what you need. And that's saying, because my karmic completion is over and I have a better understanding of what I'm doing, and I was digging myself a karmic trench. And now you're getting past the karmic trench. You're not doing the same thing over and over again. You're going to throw away that comfort blanket, which is the karmic trench, and you're going to say no more, because it just causes me pain, because it doesn't allow me to change my path. All is possible, choosing your path. That's why I said it, because I seen it sitting there. It says, where are you going, Pisces? Remember, this could be love, it could be business, it could be whatever. You know what it is. And if you know it's more than one, then you're just going to have to figure it out when it comes to that point. Right? It's like, okay, well, maybe it was love, but I'll try each area. Well, you try each area. Maybe it'll change on all areas, or maybe it'll just change the one, right? It's always the one that always comes to our mind first. We just always know that. Sneaky link. Hidden encounters, private meetings, discreet intimacy. Nobody needs to know about my love relationship, my business. So it could be some kind of business, whether it's love. We don't know what it is. Everybody's story is different. I'm not gonna say that you're sneaking around with some love. You could be. Whatever this is. You know that you're doing something sneakity deekity. Okay? Or you're with somebody who's doing some sneakity deekity stuff. And you have to come to this conclusion. With these discrete meetings, something's gonna have to change. Maybe somebody doesn't like that you're with this other person. Right? Maybe you have to sneak around because the ex is like, becomes like the Incredible Hulk or something, like out of jealousy. They don't like you with other people. Right? So I have to be careful. Or maybe I'm in a work relationship and we're not supposed to be together because of work. Whatever it is. If it's not for you, then throw it away. Okay? But we have some clickbait, misleading headlines, empty promises, exaggerated truths, not what it seems. Pick which one. Okay, and then we have breadcrumbing. Okay, so pick whichever one, hits home. That somebody is keeping options open. Is that what's going on over here too? You guys sneaking around because somebody else is keeping their options open, but they don't really want to fully commit to the situation, but they have somebody on the sideline. And you know that. They need to make some kind of closure with that other person. They need to let that other person go so that way you can finally have that chapter end within your life and so you can have a commitment with this person. Maybe there is still in a divorce, but the divorce hasn't gone through yet, so there's a lot of sneaky behavior and you're just really hoping and waiting for that to happen. Well, Spirit says, well, however it is, you're going to find the answers that you need and everything's going to come to a closure about the situation, and then it's the dawning of a new light. But you have to get out of this comfort zone to make these things work. If you know that you need to end a relationship with someone to get to this other person, Spirit's saying, I need you to do that. I need you to cut these wires. I need you to be strong and do so. Okay. Feeling like you're finally free from this, whatever. Listen to your body and do what it's asking of you. Give your inner critic a vacation day. Be kind to yourself. Because, sometimes we know when we're digging karmic trenches and we're doing things and it's kind of like, but I need to do this, to do that. Right? Okay, guys. Let's get another card out and see what numbers you usually are seeing. So, your time is coming. Your karmic is almost over. You just have to give it up. Emotionally balanced, compassion, diplomatic control. You need to have more control over the situation. You know exactly what needs to be done. You do. First, it's going to be about getting rid of negative thoughts and feeling like you're entrapped and get yourself out of this situation so you can rest easy and get done what needs to be done. You have 10, 8, and 4. So you could be seeing a lot of those numbers, okay? Okay, guys. Cancer. Protected by angels. You are cherished by the angels. Spirit says that you are the valiant courage. Take action with passion. Uncovering treasures beneath the surface lies the great bounty. Now that's, it's like get past this comfort zone to get to your healing. There's that healing over there too with that healing, and healing energy flows through you. And it's almost like as soon as you do so and you stop doing what you're doing and stop repeating the same mistake over and over and over and over again, you're going to be able to, right, push your way out of that situation, and then you're going to have the Nine of Cups. Because the uncovering treasure pretty much is the Nine of Cups. Because it says beneath the great surface has the great bounty, and he's getting the treasure. So it's pretty much, I always say that card's kind of like the Nine of Pentacles to the Nine of Cups, right? Where it's like, I worked hard for this. Depending, it's going to be whether or not you feel like when you're uncovering the treasure, whether it was something I worked really hard for, Nine of Pentacles, or was it something that it was just like my dream come true, uncovering, which would be the Nine of Cups. Okay, that's why I always say this card could be either or. You know which way you did that, okay? So you do definitely have some kind of promotion coming with the Knight of Cups. So you have someone coming, whether they're coming to give you love. This is a new love relationship. It's following your heart. Whether it's a promotion at your job, but it's something that you have the knowing and understanding to do. You have 2 10s here, 10, 10. This divine intervention over here by the universe saying, I'm pushing you to this point, but you're going to feel also like you're in a place of truthfulness, honesty, and discipline. You know you have a new love coming in, and it's this commitment that you've been waiting for, right? And trying to get away from an old commitment. You could feel like this, what could be an Aquarius, Gemini, or a Libra coming in, could also be a Libra Scorpio coming in. If you feel that it could be a Libra Scorpio cusp, or it could also be a Aqua Pisces cusp. But because I'm seeing it this way, it looks more Libra Scorpio. But anyways, it doesn't matter, right? Queen of Pentacles over here, nurturing and practical providing. This is where, you know, you're going to feel like you're sitting where you're supposed to be sitting as the breadwinner of the situation. It doesn't matter if it's at work. It doesn't matter, because even if you feel like you're in this caring, compassionate way, you're going to feel like, I'm owning up to what is mine. I got past this karmic completion. I threw that blanket away. I leaped towards what it was, patiently understanding what's going on within this situation, but also feeling like it was mine. The Queen of Pentacles, this is mine. She's wielding that pentacle. She's like, this is mine, that I worked and nurtured for this. No one's going to take this away from me. Because now you're finding the sensible purpose to why you're doing this. She's the king, you know, she rules her own kingdom as well. I just feel like with this, you know, she's just like, I have this. This is mine. I worked hard for this. But she knows that. But it was also being very sensible too, though, Cancer, about how you're going to do that, because it looks like you've been testing the waters a lot when it comes to this. But you have this understanding that the karmic completion is over, that I'm going to complete this, that I'm coming out of this, but I'm going to come out more tolerable towards the situation. So it could have been something that you weren't tolerating completely, but it was tolerating it enough to allow that circle to keep digging that trench. Or tolerating this person when you knew you weren't supposed to. If it's commitment and you know that it's a failing commitment that goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, you could say, but I keep taking them back even though I know better. You know better, right? But now you're saying, I'm done. Because I can see now, intuition, 22 coming out. Having a better understanding of a situation, because you have the Queen of Cups. You can look deep within that cup and have the full understanding of what's going on with healing and emotions and with your intuition. But we know it's intuition because you also have the Hangman over here with the Chariot in reversing. But I know that I was on the wrong path. I know that the only way that I can get to where I'm going to have a cycle change is if I actually do something and see this from a different point of view. I have to change something up. So it does feel, to have the treasure, you're going to do so. But I feel like a lot of you are. You're going to have this better understanding, and you're aligning yourself. The Spirit says, stop resisting the change. Yeah, Death card in reverse. Stop resisting the change so you can have the new worlds. You can have the karmic completion for the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, because it's coming anyways in its own way. You know, it's kind of funny. Because it's like it's coming in its own way no matter what. But it's like that, how much of a full transformation will you have? Because if the wheel feels like it's not going to hit the good luck, it'll go up and down like a roller coaster. And you know that because that's what it's called, the ups and downs of the Wheel of Fortune. So then you're going to take that great luck of what you could have because of the karma, right? Because it's a karma. And you will end up taking that and then just end up in a roller coaster ride because the wheel doesn't have to be what you think. It doesn't always have to be great luck. It can actually be, I thought we were doing it this way, but it's going to be the ups and downs until you can figure out how to complete the whole thing to get to the destined, fated point. And that's why it says, well, how are you going to do that? Are you going to move off of this path to go somewhere else, or are you just going to, keep steering yourself in towards this karmic cycle? Are you just going to let it go and then drive it on home? That's what it is. Drive it on home. That's how towards that good luck, right? The good luck is just that new cycle of feeling whole again, getting out of that karmic trench, and then finding that now I don't have those roller coaster rides as much either. Okay, guys. It says, no one said this whole life thing was a race. It's okay to slow down. You don't have to be super fast, though. I know the Chariot is the fastest card in the book, but it also says, you know what? You also have the chance to catch yourself so that way you can heal. But if you just, catch yourself and say, hey, you know what? I know what's going on. Then I can start moving into this new determined place. And even though I'm going slow, it's okay because the universe will drive. He didn't have any reins. Universe will help drive me home. Yeah. Because you are co-creating with the universe creating. So therefore, you guys are working together, right? That's just the way it works. You guys are amazing. You might be seeing a lot of 7s, a lot of 1s for sure. Lots of 1s and a lot of 10. So it could be 110, 510. Okay. Until next time, my friends. Peace and love. Bye-bye.